Hi everyone, and thanks for checking out my channel. I'm going just to do a quick analysis on one trade I took on Friday. For you might be interesting, and for me it's a good reminder I can watch later for when I'm doing less good stuff and trying to remember that kind of trade that can be successful and how to actually get through the strategy and not get distracted by some other stuff. So yeah, so what I was looking, as I said in another analysis last week, I was looking at shorting WTI for many reasons. You can refer to a previous video and see why I was actually looking for short entry and not enter long. It was a bit of a mistake because we definitely had some good signal on that point here. We had a nice divergence on the 30 minutes here that was pointing to a reversal and temporary move up. So fortunately didn't catch this, and instead I was still looking at getting a short position that did fail here. It was successful at the start with that pullback, but then missed on the breakout. So following this, I was watching at another entry point and couldn't get anything. So as the price was progressing, we could see that the RSI came in support quite nicely. There's just no indication that this move was actually losing momentum here, and up to that point we're getting to 39. Again, we had no indication. There was a small divergence here, but not clear enough in terms of the price action. No rejection on that point, so it was clearly moving up. And on that point we got some extreme overbought level, about 80 on the 30 minutes. So to me that was a good indication that something could be interesting to be played. So I was watching the $40 level here and looking at this and getting a divergence on that point. So I was waiting for that pullback here at 40, which was actually stopped just right here. We got in mind the 20 MA on the 30 minutes as a support, just to keep it in check. And when the price broke above and made a new higher high above 40.4, we got a very clear divergence. So that move had no momentum. We got sharp decline in terms of the RSI. So to me that was a clear entry point. So instead of shorting from here and taking the risk of getting caught in potentially successful breakout, it's usually quite dangerous to play this because the momentum can always pick up. So I don't open short on that point here, just to avoid getting caught in some sort of false breakout that could actually become successful later on. And I waited for that first red candle, so engulfing, so definitely reversal, bearish candle. And at that point we can see here on the bottom that we broke under the lowest point we had during the divergence here. So that was the buy signal here. So I opened short at 40. I waited a little bit to see and put my stop loss slightly ahead, just to avoid getting caught again in a spike or something that could actually trigger reversal in the momentum. But at that point we can see the RSI moving up slightly, touching the that line again, and then crash completely down to the lower end of the range. So at that point, when we got that first candle, the trade was successful. But what I've done, because it went down really quickly, I skimmed through the news quickly just to check what could have happened to create that drop. If it was a major news or something very critical in terms of the supply or the demand, I might have actually kept that short position, but I couldn't find anything. Skimmed through forum, everything was nothing really tangible that could justify such a drop. So it was very likely profit taking. So at that point I was looking to exit the short position as quick as possible. Looking at that trend line was a reference point. Did work on that at 37 and another time at near 38. I was looking at this and moving a little bit higher on the time frame. We could see that we had the 50 MA on support. So I was looking at 38, and when the price dropped there around 30, below 38, I was watching the price action again, dropping lower time frame, and when it got rejected here I exited the shorts, probably about 38.7, and I made it for a nice trade. I think it was about 3 to 4% on that move down, which was quite nicely. So traded with 2 times leverage. I was near the perfect trade, but again something that I forgot to do sometimes is wait for the right signal. Trying to anticipate divergence is risky, even if it got overextended like this, because it can always keep going, and when you see that kind of momentum dropping here, you can still reverse back and move higher, and even if it's already at 80 something, it can still go higher and pick up some momentum, and then you get caught on the wrong side of the trade. So yeah, that's just detailing that. Keep that in mind in the future, trying to do this on the both sides, so either playing bearish when there's that kind of move up, or entering long when we got the same on the other side, and going bullish on that kind of similar signal on the significant time frame, which I mean be the 30 minutes or potentially 1 hour. 1 hour is ideal, but we have that divergence clearly showing in the 1 hour as well. Clear rejection on that level, so that was an easy trade. Didn't open long here, but the reason was that I didn't want to get caught with a long position over the weekend. WTI at the moment is just very volatile, too risky to actually keep position for 2 days. A lot can happen then, and I don't want to be either short or long over the weekend on WTI. So yeah, hopefully you found that useful, and I'm sure I'll speak to you soon. Wish you safe trading. Bye.